Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's your 𝗪𝗵𝗵𝗂 here, and today we are going to dive into one of the most interesting features of Terraform Workspaces. So we'll see how Terraform manages multiple environments, including dev, stage, production, and we'll deploy a static index.html file on AWS S3 for each environment. So by the end of the video, you'll understand how Terraform manages multiple environment files cleanly without duplicating the code. So without further ado, let's get started. As a ritual on my channel, I have created a blog about this project on my website. So I'll link it down in the description box for you to check it out. So before we dive deep into the code, there are some prerequisites that you need to have on your system. You would be needing AWS CLI installed, configured with an IAM user that have full access to S3. Along with that, you would be needing Terraform CLI installed on your system. And if you don't know how to do this, just go to the blog and just click on this link and you're good to go. So what are Terraform Workspaces? So when you're managing your infrastructure using Terraform, it is common to have multiple environments including development, staging, production. And each of this environment needs its isolated setup, but maintaining a different state file and separate directory for each environment is very difficult. So to solve this, we have Terraform Workspaces. Workspaces allow us to have isolated environment within a single configuration. So each workspace has its own state file. So meaning your dev, stage, production resources will stay separated even though the code for them is same. And you can check a variable command related to Terraform Workspace by running Terraform Workspace -help, and it will list you a bunch of subcommands including delete, list, new, select, and show workspace. And it's that simple. So the code for today's project is hosted on my GitHub repository, Terra project. And this repository basically contains most of my projects related to Terraform. And what I want you to do is give this repo a star, fork it under your own GitHub username so that you don't miss any update on this repo. And using the git clone command, have this under your own local system. And the code for today's project is specifically inside this Terra Workspace S3 directory. So just open this folder inside VS Code, and I have already done that. So here you will see a bunch of Terraform file shell script. So we'll walk through it one by one. So first we have our provider.tf file. So it basically specifies that we are using AWS as our cloud provider. We are defining the region name as US East 1. After that, we have our main.tf file. So this is the heart of the program. So firstly, we are defining a local environment variable as the name of our Terraform workspaces. We will be creating 3 workspaces named as dev, stage, prod. And after that, we are creating an S3 bucket. So the name of the bucket will be Pravesh, the name of environment, and Terraform workspace site. After that, we are creating the website configuration because we will be deploying the index.html file. So here we are specifying the index.html file name and the array.html file. And after that, we are uploading these index.html file and the array.html file to the bucket using S3 object function. So the source for index.html file will be index and the name of environment, index.html file. So inside this index directory, we have 3 directory name is dev, stage, production, and each of this directory have a separate index.html file related to the environment. So after uploading these 2 objects, we are just specifying some ownership control. So we are using bucket ownership and force because we are having a particular policy related to the bucket. And below that, we are specifying some ACL configuration. We are setting all to false. And at last, we are specifying the bucket policy, and here we are allowing the S3 get object on our bucket object. So after that, we have this create.sh script. So basically, it will first use the Terraform init command to initialize the Terraform configuration. Then it will create a new workspace name as dev, and it will apply the changes and create the S3 bucket related to dev environment. After that, we are creating a new workspace name as stage, and we'll create the bucket related to that environment, and same will go for our production environment. So next we have this output.tf file. So it is basically giving us the address on which our website will be hosted. So it is a dynamically generated URL. So firstly, we are using HTTP as our protocol. Then we are defining the name of our bucket and followed by S3 website US East 1. So it is the convention of the website URL. So I have dynamically generated it. So enough with the theory. Let's jump into the practical demonstration. So let's just change the permission of our change script and just run the create script. So it will initialize the backend. So firstly, it has created the dev environment and it is running Terraform apply. Okay, and this will be the URL on which our development website will be functioning. So this will take about 2 to 3 minutes to create all the bucket, and I'll get back to you with the result. So our resources are provisioned successfully. So let's go down, and here we have our dev URL. So if I go on this URL, I'll see an index.html file related to dev environment. So let's just do this. And here we have the development version of our index.html file. Similarly, let's go to the staging environment. Scroll down, and here we have the URL. Click on it. And here we have a separate index.html file related to the staging environment. And last but not the least, we have our production environment. So down here we have the URL for it. Let's go there. And here we have the production environment URL of our static index.html file. It has a small description about myself. I'm an AWS community builder and some links related to me. So once you're done with the project, make sure to delete the resources. So you can either delete all the workspaces one by one, or you can just run this delete.sh script. So it has a bunch of commands. So it will delete and give you a clean slate of Terraform resources. Well, I just change the permission for this file also, delete.sh, and just run this. So this will take about 2 to 3 minutes, and it will give you a clean slate and delete all the resources. And that's it, folks. You just learn how to use Terraform Workspaces to manage multiple environments and deploy static website on AWS S3. So this approach will help you keep your infrastructure scalable, consistent, and secure across all environments. So if you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, share it among your network, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more AWS and DevOps related content. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next one. Till then, adios.